Well, in this lecture, we will talk about for loop. For loop is often very convenient than while loop because of its structure. For loop is very easy to construct. In while loop and do while loop has a common pattern of initialization, expression and statement. We first initialize the variable and then evaluate expression and execute statement. The same way for loop also executed. But there is one difference in for loop is you can initialize variable and also specify expression and increment and decrement variable value on the one line. So let's understand for loop using syntax. So the syntax of for loop start from for, and in the parenthesis we will first specify initialization semicolon, expression semicolon, and then specify increment or decrement operator. After that, specify your statement. We will start for loop using for keyword, and in the parenthesis we specify initialization, expression and increment or decrement operator. So we will first initialize the variable with the value and specify semicolon after initialization. After that, we will specify expression and specify semicolon at the end of the expression, and then specify increment and decrement. After that, we will specify our statement which we wanted to execute. If the value of the expression is true, then the statement will execute it. Keep in mind that every loop executes its statement only if the value of expression returns true. Otherwise, the execution of the loop will terminate it. Using the example, you will get complete understanding of for loop. So let's take an example. So we will print a 0 to 4 number on the console using for loop. So we specify for, in the parenthesis we first initialize the variable. So I will say let count is equal to 0, then specify semicolon. Don't forget to specify semicolon after each expression, right? Then we specify count is less than 5 semicolon, and then specify increment or decrement operator. So I will say count plus plus. I am using increment operator here. Just after that, I will specify my statement. So I will say console.log, and in the parenthesis I will specify number in the double quote and concatenate count value, right? Now the important thing is don't forget to specify semicolon before and after the expression. Now when you execute this example, you will get a 0 to 4 number on the console. Looping is executed just like a while loop, but we just initialize a variable, specify condition and increase the count value on the single line. The difference between while and for loop is structure, right? Let me first explain how for loop works. When you specify for loop, it will first create a variable count and specify value 0 to that variable. After that, it will check if the value of count variable is less than 5 or not. If it is returning true, then the body of the statement is executed. So you will get 0 on the console. After that, for loop will increase the size of the variable using increment or decrement operator. We had used increment operator, so the value of the count variable will increase by 1. So now you have 1 in the count variable. So the for loop will go at the top and again evaluate expression with the new count value. So it will check if 1 is less than 5 or not. If the expression returns true, then the body of the statement is executed and increment the value of the count variable again. So the for loop executes the same pattern again and again till the expression of the for loop become false. So when the value of the count variable become 5, the expression will return false because 5 is not less than 5, right? So let me first explain the steps of execution pattern. First, for loop will initialize variable with its value. Second, for loop will evaluate expression before moving to the statement. If the expression is false, then for loop will terminate it. If expression returns true, then the for loop follow third step. Third, for loop will execute statement in the third step. You can also use compound statement to execute multiple statements one by one. And the fourth and the last step is for loop will increase or decrease the value of the variable by 1 using increment and decrement operator. After that, for loop will go at the top again and skip the initialization step because we already initialized the variable. So for loop will move to the next step and evaluate expression. Then it will move to the third step and then move to the fourth step. So it will evaluate expression, then execute statement, and then increase the value of the count variable. So the for loop follow the execution pattern repeatedly till the expression returns false. You can specify multiple variables also in the initialization step and also specify multiple expression and increment and decrement operators. For example, now we have multiple variables, so we'll say for let I is equal to 0, comma j is equal to 5 and specify semicolon. Then we specify condition I is less than 5, semicolon, and specify I plus plus, comma j minus minus. So we use increment and decrement operator at the same time. And in the compound statement, we specify console.log to print I and j variable value. I will specify I plus, in the double quote, we specify and to concatenate j value I will specify plus here and specify j variable. Now in this example we declare two variables I and j and specify 0 and 5 value. After that we'll check if I is less than 5 or not. If this expression return true, then we will execute console.log method and print I variable value and j variable value on the console. You can also see we use increment and decrement operator to I and j variable. So when you execute this code, you will get 0 to 4 number value of the I variable and 5 to 1 value of j variable on the console. So we had increased the value of the variable I and decreased the value of the variable j, right? That's it. We completed our for loop. Now in the next tutorial we will explore nested for loop. Nested for loop is very helpful for accessing multidimensional array data. I hope you understand the basic concept behind the for loop. That is all for now. We will see you in the next lecture.